Hi guys, this is a full comparison between the Galaxy A72 and the Redmi Note 10 Pro. I'm starting off this comparison with the front camera video samples. This video is being shot in 1080p at 30 frames per second. A72 offers 1080p at 60 and 4K at 30 frames per second for its front camera. Unfortunately, the Redmi Note 10 Pro is limited to 1080p at 30 frames per second for its front camera. Now obviously I'm going to include the common modes in this comparison in case you want to watch the A72's 60 frames per second samples. You can watch my A52 versus A72 camera comparison. I have added a plenty of samples in that video. Anyways, this is going to be the most in-depth comparison between these phones. I'll show you a small speed test and then we'll compare the build and design and all the other important facts about these phones. So make sure you watch this comparison until the end and like this video if you find it useful at some point, and hit the subscribe button too. And guys, this video will give you an idea about the stability, the colors, the voice recording quality of the mic, and everything that you may be interested in knowing about the front camera quality of these phones. Let's go ahead and take a look at the camera hardware now. Let me quickly take you through the camera hardware of these phones. The A72 comes with the main 64 megapixel sensor with optical image stabilization. This is Samsung's in-house GW3 sensor. It's got an 8 megapixels telephoto, 12 megapixels ultra-wide and a macro camera. The Redmi Note 10 Pro on the other hand brings a 108 megapixel sensor. This is also a Samsung sensor, the Samsung HM2 to be more specific. Its other camera details are on your screen. And by the way, I would like to make it clear that the images in this video are the same that you saw in the A52 versus the Redmi Note 10 Pro comparison, because I took the Note 10 Pro, A52 and A72 to capture these samples on the same day. So as far as the camera app is concerned, both phones have an entirely different application. The Redmi Note 10 Pro's app is more feature rich. It has more unique features and advanced Pro mode with RAW options, Pro video mode and so on. A72's app also has its unique features like the Snapchat fun mode, but its unique features are smaller in number as compared to the Note 10 Pro. A72's front camera can do 1080p 60 frames per second videos and its ultra-wide camera can do 4K at 30 frames per second videos. This is something the Note 10 Pro can't do. But the A72 doesn't have RAW option for the Pro mode, and I really missed that. These are some basic differences here. Let me start this comparison off with my own high-res image. Note 10 Pro's image might have higher details because of its bigger sensor, but it has a yellowish or greenish tint, and the A72's image has a natural colors and high details can be seen there too. This is one complaint that I have from Redmi Note 10 Pro. It always captures images like this one in the high-res mode. Shadows are too dark on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. A72's image has slightly more highlights. This one is a normal image and the A72 once again has brighter highlights which are not looking very good. The Redmi Note 10 Pro has a very good image with boosted colors. This image looks fine on both the sides. Now here is an ultra-wide image. Now look at the colors of the Redmi Note 10 Pro. I have said this before and I will say this again. Redmi needs to fix its ultra-wide cameras. Samsung has taken pure lead here. It has done a great job with the ultra-wide camera of the Galaxy A52 too. Here's a portrait image and you can see a greenish tint towards bottom left of my shirt on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. My face looks cool on the Redmi Note 10 Pro, I mean the color tone. Warm color tone can be seen on the A72. Edge detection of the A72 is superior. Overall a good image on both the phones except for that warm effect on one part of my shirt on the Note 10 Pro. I will now show you a series of high-res and normal images on both the phones. In the high-res mode, the only thing that I did not like on the Redmi Note 10 Pro is its color tone. It struggles and its camera needs an update. On the other hand, the A72's camera captures more highlights and normal shadows in its high-res mode. If the Redmi Note 10 Pro gets an update fixing its high-res mode, its camera will be super good. But it is not that good right now. Redmi Note 10 Pro's camera performs very good in its normal or the standard mode, and I think with the software update its other modes can be fixed too only if Xiaomi is willing. tree's trunk in this image looks very white on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. It should have been yellowish instead. Most of the times the Redmi Note 10 Pro tries to add a depth in the colors, which may look good to some of the users, but if you like more natural colors without added boost, the A72 is the phone you should pick. Especially in the high-res mode, the A72 always comes out as a winner. Xiaomi has placed the 108 megapixels mode under more options, far away from the main photo mode of the phone, which also tells us how much confident Xiaomi is about its high-res 108 megapixels mode on the Note 10 Pro. Now here, this is one zoomed image. The A72's telephoto is being engaged while the Redmi Note 10 Pro is using its digital zoom. Needless to say, the A72's telephoto zoom is doing quite a good job here. These high-res mode differences remain the same throughout this camera comparison. Even if you think that the greenish trend comes up in specific situations, I have shot multiple high-res images under different conditions to verify this, and you can already see that it's all over the high-res images. At the moment, there is only one mode in which the Redmi Note 10 Pro performs well, and that is its standard 12 megapixels photo mode. The main problem with the ultra-wide camera of the Redmi Note 10 Pro is that it fails to light up the image. On the other hand, the A72's image has brighter foreground and the subject is properly lit too. I have failed to understand why Redmi's ultra-wide camera does that. And yeah, the A72's ultra-wide camera has a 123 degrees angle and it shoots the images at 0.5x. The Redmi Note 10 Pro's camera has an angle of 118 degrees and it shoots the images at 0.6x. This was the same difference among the A52 and the Redmi Note 10 Pro as well. Here in these images, keep your eyes on the sky. Also keep your eyes on the color of the grass. And let me know which phone's images do you find better. Does the Redmi Note 10 Pro look good to you? To me, it's acceptable, but it's clearly not better than the Galaxy A72. I will now attach some random rear camera images for you guys to analyze. What you need to keep in mind is that the Redmi Note 10 Pro's AI is adding a color boost to the images, which sometimes compromises on the details. A72 Scene Optimizer keeps the images real and natural. In this case, the colors are going to be a subjective choice. Since you know the difference between both the phones, it would be easier for you to make a selection and let me know which phone's camera has impressed you for these particular rear camera images. I have no complaints from the main rear camera 12 megapixels mode of the Redmi Note 10 Pro. It's just that its high-res and ultra-wide modes are not so great and they have annoyed me. The macro camera images are on your screen now. In the macro camera images, the A72 takes a beating from the Redmi Note 10 Pro. Note 10 Pro's macro camera is much better and works up to the mark. Only if you are into the macro images, the Redmi Note 10 Pro allows getting really close to the subject, and by the way, the Redmi Note 10 Pro also allows recording a video using its macro camera. In the night mode, these phones perform opposite to each other. For example, in the indoor night mode images, I found the Galaxy A72 better. It lights up the image really well. Details are quite good too. But when capturing a building outdoor in the night, the Redmi Note 10 Pro has higher and better details. For all other images, the Galaxy A72 maintained its lead for the rear camera. Do share your thoughts on these night mode images down in the comment section. And we have the selfies in the end. The background at times is fully blown off on Redmi while Samsung keeps it all intact and it looks really good as you can see on the screen. Both the A72 and the A52 capture similar selfies, and I shot the same selfies on the A72, A52 and the Redmi Note 10 Pro. The difference that we saw previously in the A52 versus the Redmi Note 10 Pro comparison, that difference can be seen here as well. The main difference between Samsung and Redmi is of the color tone and the skin tone. Redmi's color tone is extremely cool and the skin looks really soft. Its details are not too good in the normal mode. It has good details in the portrait mode. Samsung has very good details in both the normal and the portrait modes. I don't want to pass my own judgment on these selfies, but I'll just tell you that the A72 selfies are quite good and the choice for the rest is up to you. Edge detection on the A72 is also superior once again, as it doesn't always wipe off the unnecessary edges. Here are the videos now. 4K at 30 frames per second video first of all. The A72 can do 4K at 30 frames per second in its ultra wide mode too. Redmi Note 10 Pro lacks that. I forgot recording a 1080p at 60 frames per second comparison between these two phones, so I'm skipping that here. However, I did record a 60 fps rear camera sample between the A52 and the Note 10 Pro, and that video is already up on my channel and you can watch it if you want. A72 has electronic image stabilization in its 4K mode and OIS in its 1080p mode. The Redmi Note 10 Pro has EIS in its 1080p at 30 frames per second mode and no stabilization in any other mode. And the result of the phones is already on your screen, so choose a winner and mention it in the comments according to your own choice. With this we reach the second half of our test. It's time to do the AnTuTu throttle test between the phones. This is 1 hour long test, obviously fast forwarded. I started this test with 100% battery on both the phones, same Wi-Fi, same full brightness, Bluetooth turned on, and 90Hz on A72, 120Hz on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. The first AnTuTu cycle started off, and by the way, the Redmi Note 10 Pro has Qualcomm Snapdragon 732G chipset, and the A72, my phone in the CPU-Z application says that it's got 732G chipset, but there is a huge debate going on that this phone has 720G chipset instead. I think it has 732G, and I am trusting that with a pinch of salt. Both phones have a RAM of 8GB. I am using the Redmi Note 10 Pro with 128GB internal storage, and my A72 has 256GB internal storage. After the first AnTuTu cycle, the Redmi Note 10 Pro has clocked a score lower than the A72 as you can see. The Redmi Note 10 Pro's temperature has already hit 40 degrees. Temperature of the A72 is 36 degrees. The CPU temperature of the A72 is also 36 degrees, while the CPU temperature of the Redmi Note 10 Pro is 44 degrees. Battery on the A72 is still 100% and it has dropped to 97 on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. With the second AnTuTu cycle ending, the Note 10 Pro has now hit a temperature of 42 degrees and its score has dropped further. On the other hand, the A72's temperature is 38 degrees now. CPU temperature of the A72 is 38, it's 47 on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. Battery on the A72 is now down to 98 and it is down to 94 on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. The third cycle raised the Redmi Note 10 Pro's temperature to 43. This phone is getting really hot now. The A72 is now about 39 degrees. This phone is slowly heading towards 40 degrees too now. The CPU temperature on the A72 is 40 and it is 47 on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. It was the time to run the Geekbench throttle test. I ran the test and after the very first cycle, the Redmi Note 10 Pro hit a whopping temperature of 44 degrees. Can you believe that? The A72 on the other hand was still at 39 degrees. Battery of the A72 at the moment is at 96 and it's 90 on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. Redmi Note 10 Pro's Geekbench score is also very poor. The second Geekbench cycle has ended, temperature on both the phones has come down and Redmi Note 10 Pro is on the loose as far as the battery goes. I will now run the 3D Mark Wildlife stress test. This is a 20 minutes long test. Let's see what happens this time. With this test, our test duration will hit 1 hour, but this is not going to be it. There is going to be a small speed test after this. The 3D Mark score is on your screen. Take a close look at the battery and the performance stats to get a better idea. I conducted a quick speed test starting off with the Lightroom application. I edited a 64 megapixel image on both sides and here the Redmi Note 10 Pro seemed slightly faster. After this, I edited the same 64 megapixels image in the Snapseed application. I edited a same 4K at 30 frames per second video clip in the Premiere Rush application. And for this, the Redmi Note 10 Pro couldn't win. A72 took the lead here. The same clip in the Viva video application and this time the Redmi Note 10 Pro took clear lead. There isn't any doubt that regardless of how the Redmi Note 10 Pro performed in the benchmarks, it still has a great performance in that particular price tag. It's time to move on to the next part of our comparison. Let's separate these phones on the basis of the design and build first. A72 is a plastic phone and it uses Gorilla Glass 5 on the front. This time Samsung's phone weighs more than Redmi. It used to be opposite otherwise. A72's back has a matte finish. This phone looks really premium but it is a bit thick too. Redmi Note 10 Pro is built out of glass, uses Gorilla Glass 5 on the back and on the front. The frame of this phone is also plastic, but it is thin and it weighs less than the Galaxy A72. Interesting thing is that both phones have a 5000 mAh battery, 5020 mAh to be more specific on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. The internals are also the same and despite that the Redmi Note 10 Pro weighs less while having a glass build. So congrats to Xiaomi for that weight distribution. Both phones have a headphone jack, a dual stereo speaker. The speaker placement is very different and I find the speaker placement of the A72 more practical as it has its second speaker on the top of the screen, unlike the Redmi Note 10 Pro's speaker above the top frame of the phone. The SIM card slot of the A72 is hybrid and in the Note 10 Pro you can push 2 SIM cards and a microSD card at the same time. A72 happens to be IP67 certified which makes this phone water and dust resistant. The Redmi Note 10 Pro has IP53 certification making this phone just splash proof and yes, it is dust resistant too. The displays on both phones are quite similar. A72 is using a 6.67 inches Super AMOLED screen with 90Hz refresh rate with 800 nits brightness. This year, Samsung's bezels have gotten big, but the punch hole is small. Redmi Note 10 Pro uses a 6.67 inches AMOLED screen with 120Hz refresh rate and 1200 nits peak brightness. And this phone's bezels to me look slightly small. It has a higher screen to body ratio than the Samsung Galaxy A72, so do tell me, what do you guys find here? Color accuracy of both screens is very good. Using indoor or outdoor gives you a pleasant experience. Super AMOLED screen gives you a better experience of the blacks and other deep colors. Playing games or watching the videos on any of the screens is going to be fun. Yes, the Redmi Note 10 Pro does have the advantage of better peak brightness and its visibility to me seems better and it does have a higher refresh rate too. but that also goes really heavy on the phone's battery. A72 has another advantage of having an in-display fingerprint scanner. The Redmi Note 10 Pro deploys a faster optical reader on the side. A72 runs on One UI 3.1 out of the box based on the Android 11. The One UI has come a long way and it is a cleaner, better and faster UI at the moment. It is also one of the best UIs out there. Redmi Note 10 Pro runs on MIUI 12 based on the Android 11. In some region, this UI still has ads and ads can annoy your experience. Both phones have basic features like the dark mode, always on display, but yes, the always on display of the A72 is better as it has no time limit, while the Redmi Note 10 Pro has a time limit of 10 seconds. UI is more of a personal preference, so you can go with the one that you like more. You also saw how the batteries on both the phones performed in our 1 hour stress test. So I am quite sure the refresh rate and the brightness of the Redmi Note 10 Pro is adding to its battery consumption. In this situation, the A72's battery is going to last longer. To charge the A72, you get a 25 watt charger out of the box and the Redmi Note 10 Pro brings a 33 watt charger. With this, we reach the final decisive point, the price. A72 is an expensive phone when compared to the Redmi Note 10 Pro. For the price of $450 US, the A72 offers almost everything better than the Redmi Note 10 Pro except for that plastic build and 90Hz refresh rate. For a price of about $300 US, you can get the Redmi Note 10 Pro, a phone with a very good chipset, good performance but not so great camera, and not so good temperature and battery management. Redmi Note 10 Pro's value for money aspect can't be ignored and you can get exactly what you pay for. The A72 is expensive but it offers a very good camera and a great battery life. So the decision is yours to make. Whether you want a completely value for money device or you want a best all-rounder device which will get 3 years of software updates and 4 years of security updates too. Drop your feedback and analysis in the comments below. Hit the like button if you found this video good enough and subscribe if you have not yet. I will sign off and see you all in the next one.